G'day fellow flight simmers and random YouTubers. Here we are. I've been away for a while. I've had a few issues in life. But anyhow, it's not your problem. I'm back again, streaming on YouTube. It's good to be back. At the moment, you can see I'm Melbourne. I've extended out to Tailem Band and Eldon Weir. I've got three aircraft on frequency. I've got a guy down in Melbourne. It's Qantas 590. So not much is really happening. So it's a quiet start to a Sunday, but I thought I'd do a bit of controlling and see what transpires. Singapore 270, descend to 4,000.
Descending 4,000, Singapore 217.
So the ATIS is, we got winds at 090. I thought it'd be easier for everyone to do runway 16, the ILS. It's interesting, we got a few clouds at 800 feet. So actually, that's interesting. That's probably one of the highest QNHs I've actually seen, really. 1029. That's pretty high for Melbourne. Anyhow, I've got a pre-active strips here. PAL, whoever that is, Star Alliance. Okay. When you don't need a strip, what I do is I just go to the flight plan, I cancel it, deactivates it, and it gets rid of, instead of having a million.
And Melbourne Centre, Singapore 217, established on the localizer for runway 16.
Singapore 217, apologies, you cleared ILS, correction, I'll start again. Cleared to land runway 16.
Let's land runway 16, Singapore 217.
That wasn't good. Anyhow, how you going, Asfar? How's things? So I should have been on top of that, but I got distracted, as always is the case in my streaming. We've got Qantas 212 Juliet. He's going to Sydney. So I'll just bring up his route. He's going to be coming into my airspace and then exiting. I'm not really going to pick him up. I'm not, for that short amount of time from there to there, it's not worth me picking him up. Hopefully maybe Sydney approach can come online. So I'm not going to really worry about it. And I don't need to worry about PAL 212. So these are the only guys. I've given this guy a notification to call me, but he obviously is not responding, which is fine. Qantas 590 is just squawked mode Charlie on the ground, which you need to do. Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks a lot, Asfar. Yeah, I'm a little bit rusty at the moment. I haven't done it for a while, so let's hope I can sort of keep up to date. I've had issues happen last couple of months. Let's see what solved it. Mike disconnected.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 590, request push.
Qantas 590, push approved.
Push approved, Qantas 590.
Okay, let me have a look. Where are you, Asfar?
Afternoon, Melbourne Centre, velocity 7635 with you.
Velocity 7635, good to see you've fixed up your mic. Can you squawk 4714, thanks.
Squawk 4714, velocity 7635.
Okay, so what I do here, I've got this error window, so I know when he's squawking because it had before he's not squawking the right code. So now that I know he's squawking, I know he's on mode Charlie. So I use this error window to help solve a lot of problems. Velocity 7635, you identified. Descent to 9000 Melbourne QNH 1029. Expect the ILS runway 16 approach.
Continue descent to 9000, QNH 1029. Expect ILS approach runway 16, velocity 7635.
Okay, we've got pre-active strips. We've got Qantas 1 coming from, I'm not sure, EGLL is probably in England somewhere. It's probably London or something. Let's have a look. Probably London or Heathrow or something. Yeah, I don't really need to worry about him. Qantas 999 is going from Sydney to Hobart. He'll probably transit my airspace at some time. He'll probably come down through here, so I need to get him. And Qantas 839 coming from Darwin to Melbourne. And if I bring up his...
Singapore 217, vacating runway 165.
Singapore 217, taxi to the bay.
Taxi to the bay, Singapore 217. Thank you for your service today.
Singapore 217, always a pleasure, sir. Even though I wasn't really good, I wasn't on the ball there, but anyhow, things happen. Okay, we got a guy, Jetstar 44 has showed up at Melbourne. There he is, Singapore 217's taxiing, Qantas 590's got his push. So things might ramp up. Now I could have given this velocity 7635 his star clearance, but I thought, well, he may have programmed things differently in his FMC, so I just told him expect the ILS runway 16 approach. That way he doesn't, go stupid. Says, but I've got, runway 34, Porter 2 Alpha arrival and 34. So I just said, expect the ILS 16 approach, and that way you can figure out what star you want to do.
Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 44, radio check.
Jetstar 44, read your 5x5.
Cheers, Jetstar 44.
So, let's press nothing else happening. Got to keep my... and now, there's another thing too. Because I'm extending tail and bend, I've got the ATIS for Melbourne, but also what I can do here is YPAD request. And so I know Adelaide, and then YS, hang on, CB, I think it is. Display. So I use this, so I've got this on another screen, so that way, should anyone be going to Adelaide, I've always got this on another screen. I know what the conditions are like, should anyone call me up in Adelaide. Now, Qantas 839, he's from Darwin. Let's see what he's 44. So the time now is 3:07, and he's estimating at these points, so he's miles away.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 590, request taxi.
Qantas 590, taxi via Alpha to holding point Charlie, runway 16, cross 0927.
Via Tango, Charlie holding point, cross 0927. Qantas 590.
Just Qantas 590, just confirm via Alpha.
Yeah, Alpha, my apologies, Qantas 590.
Hey, Sess, how you going, mate? Oh, I've got to tell you something, mate. I had an experience the other day. I was running through this park, right? And there's two nuns sitting on the park bench. Right, and I thought, well, you know, I'm a pretty liberal-minded sort of a guy. So I thought I'd give them a bit of a thrill. So anyhow, what I did, as I ran past, I flashed myself. Anyhow, one of the nuns had a stroke, and the other one, well, she couldn't quite reach. Oh, that gets me every time. Oh, God. Sorry. G'day, Perth Aviation. We're off to a happy start here. Anyhow, get back to the job, Nick. Velocity 7635, descend to 5,000.
Continue descent to 5,000, 7635.
Yeah, anyhow. I thought that would be appropriate for a Sunday. I tell people I don't go to church only for one reason. If I went into the confessional, I'd never get out of there. So that's the only reason I don't go to church. Okay, so we got Qantas 590 taxiing via Alpha. Okay, we got there we go, look at this, there we go. Jetstar 44, he's going to Melbourne, runway 16, he's going to, what? Kepper, okay. Yeah, you're quite welcome to, Sess. Well, you know, I've got a few. Well, I actually, every morning I go to this coffee shop, right? And I think it's a good way to start the day. Bit of a laugh. I told it to, actually, where I have my coffee, there's a priest comes in. And I told him that today. And well, anyhow, his friend said, you're going to go to hell for this. Oh, right. Perth Aviation, came back from my flying lesson. So how'd you go, mate? Well, things have been going, yeah, not too great the last couple of months. Had a couple of tragedies. First, my father-in-law passed away back in March. And then, unfortunately, my mum passed away last month. So, you know, sort of things, these are happening in life. I'll find that these days I'm attending more funerals than I'm attending birthday parties. But that's life. That's the way it goes. You know, you think your parents are going to be around forever, but unfortunately they're not. Velocity 7635, descent to 4,000.
Descent to 4,000, 7635.
So anyhow, but that's life. You just deal with it and you just get on, just move forward. Luckily I've got my wife.
Qantas 590 is ready, Charlie holding point 16.
Qantas 590, contact me airborne, runway 16, clear for takeoff.
Contact airborne 16 clear for takeoff. Qantas 590.
Yeah, thanks guys, yeah, but once again, these things happen and yeah, like I said, luckily I've got my wife, huge support, but 2023 is certainly a year you don't forget. No, I haven't got the chime, mate, I just had one. Yeah. I think in life you don't forget, there's 2 dates that you don't forget. Well, actually there's 3 really. I better remember this. It's unfortunately the 2 dates you don't forget are your parents' passing, and the other date is never forget your wife's birthday. I can tell you that right now. Never ever forget your wife's birthday. All right, Qantas 590, and what do we got? An update to the ATIS, wind at 100. Okay, we'll stick to that.
Melbourne.
Okay, Qantas 590, he's going to Singapore and he wants to go up to 340. Okay. I'll get this guy.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 590 is passing through 2,600.
Qantas 590 identified via the SID, climb to flight level 340, cancel speed.
Via the SID 340, cancel speed, Qantas 590.
Velocity 7635, you cleared the ILS runway 16 approach, report established.
Cleared the ILS approach runway 16, cleared report wind visual 7635.
Now, that's a bit of a funny one, that one. He said report visual. Well, I haven't given him a visual approach. Normally you report visual if you want a visual approach. So he should be calling me when he's established on the localizer. But this is why I like VATSIM. You get a whole variety of, things happening. Like the other day, I had a guy, he said, my radio's not working. I said, yeah, in the fetal position. Exactly right, mate, I tell you. Yeah, I forgot my wife's birthday. I wasn't in the fetal position, but geez, I felt like it. Oh, felt terrible. It was the day after. I thought, oh no, terrible. Anyhow, he tried this. He said my radio. He's flying the Cessna Citation, I think. He said I'm having trouble contacting you. I said, well, that's funny. I've got a guy flying the same plane. He's got no problems. He was trying to contact me in the frequency he used in his transponder. And, yeah, I could hear about 10 people in the background just cacking themselves, trying to use a transponder to contact me on radio. I tell you, that's why I love VATSIM, you see. Velocity 7635, runway 16, cleared land.
Cleared to land at runway 16, have the runway inside and established on the localizer 7635.
Far too much information. Okay, just say clear to land. Even if you're not visual, you're on the ILS, you don't need to be visual. Only you need to be visual after you. Hey Glenn, how you going, mate? Yeah, I'm starting to get back into it, mate. I just, as I was saying, had a couple of things happen in my life that sort of set me back a bit, but we shall move forward. I'm trying to jazz up my vids, some of the vids that I do, but I want to keep my things fresh, you know what I mean? Not like a lot of guys out there just do the same thing, and I'm doing the same thing here, but I won't mention any names, but he does the same thing day after day, and I won't mention any names except that He does this in his videos, which can be entertaining at times, but, he just sits there, not sort of embracing the audience, so to speak. Anyhow, let's stay focused. Nick, come on. Okay, who we got? We got another guy, Velocity 223, he's just rocked up. He probably just wants to be on the stream. He's going to Adelaide. Okay, he'll get full service. Now, by the way, I'm just learning, I bought this a couple of weeks ago. Hey, don't laugh, Glenn. The old prostrate, I'll tell you what, I'm at an age now. Yeah. You get to an age where, things start falling apart, things don't work as quite as they used to, but hey, don't worry, I don't need to tell you all that stuff, you guys. One day it'll happen to you. Okay. Vatpac this evening, Bunbury. That'd be. Yeah, I've got this, Cess, I've got the old, the Honeywell yoke, and at the moment, I've got it configured for a 737, right? I've got to remember how to reconfigure it back to GA. And hopefully I might be able to join up, so I'll just check what is the, what time does it start? Cess, about 4 o'clock or something. Sometimes it's a bit of an inconvenient time because I always seem to be doing something at that particular time. Do you know what I mean? Okay, what do we got? Anything? AIB. I wonder if this is the... Is this Alpaca? No, alpacas are different. That guy who's got a virtual... I'm trying to think of his name. He does the...
Melbourne Centre's Velocity 7635 has exited the active.
Velocity 7635, taxi to the bay.
Taxi to the bay, 7635.
Oh, right, 5 o'clock. Yeah, it's a bit... Yeah, I'll get caught in these. See, I've got a... I'm not making excuses, but yeah, normally 4:30 I start. I've got a wood heater and I get that cranked up and it takes me half an hour to get it all cranked up and ready to go. And yeah, just sort of, it's not inconvenient. Like I could make time, but you got to start the fire, especially wood fire. You got to start it and you got to look after it, otherwise it goes out and all this la-di-da-di-da.
Melbourne Centre, just 44, IFR to Bali.
Yeah, and? Yeah, I know, he wants a clearance. Just R44, g'day, you're cleared to Bali via Kepa plan route by the SID, climb to 5,000, runway 16, Kepa 2 departure. Squawk 1074 and departures 12375. Sounds like I've done this before.
Cleared to Bali via the Kepa 2 departure, take off runway 16, climb by the SID to 5,000. Score 1074 and departure is on 123.75, Jetstar 44.
Jetstar 44. Yeah, when I first started many years ago and I was doing my tower training, I thought, and I was trying to remember how to, do the clearances. You know what I'd be doing? I'd be sitting on a toilet going through, Qantas 123, you cleared to Sydney via Docile plan route via the Sydney. And I'll be muttering to myself. My wife would come and say, you're all right. I hear a lot of muttering. I said, don't worry about it. And, I'd be walking around the yard. I'd be going, IC 123, you cleared to Adelaide via Nevis plan route. I'll be doing all this, and my wife got worried at one stage. But that's what you do. That's what you do.
Melbourne Centre, Velocity 7635, signing off. Thank you for your services.
Velocity 7635, it's always a pleasure, sir, and welcome to the stream. He doesn't know what to say. I bet you Qantas 590 you're streaming. Anyhow, Cess. What was I going to say? You live north of the river, right? I live south of the river. But one day I'm going to come up and have a bit of a fly in your, if that's okay with you. Have a bit of a fly with you, mate. I'll be your co-pilot. I probably won't do much. I'll just tell jokes. Okay, what else have we got here? Better get this guy to change frequency. This is the thing, a lot of pilots have a bit of an issue or not knowing when to change. Qantas 590, can you contact me now on 134.325?
134.325, Qantas 590.
590. Oh, I think he was already on that channel. Oh well. I don't know. I'm sure you guys know this, the old Vat spy. And let's say, for example, you're out here somewhere, you don't know. Normally what I do, if you right-click and go Melbourne details, see down here, it said...
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 590.
590. So it says extending Tailem Bend and Eldon Weir, blah, 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 check my, yeah. But that's how you sort of know. When you're on Vatspy, this is how you find out if the guy's extending or not. So when you're starting up, just check, just go to Vatspy and just check to see if the controller on duty is extending. You know, sometimes I extend, sometimes I don't. Like for example, and people say, oh, how come you don't extend, you know? And I see guys, they extend all the way to Tailem Bend, Yarrawee, and all the way up the bloody East Coast. Well, yeah, if you can do that, but I feel that if you're controlling too many sectors, your service becomes a little bit less than 100%. But mind you, though, having said that, some people can do it. Good on them. Because a lot of things can happen, or if you're doing, 3 or 4 sectors. But getting back to what I was saying, if Sydney Approach comes online, then I'll definitely come. Because things in Sydney can get quite hairy, for an approach controller. So if you're doing extending to Binduk and you're controlling, you're doing Sydney Approach, well, you can have all sorts of shit happening up here, and you're distracted from other things around you. So that's why I don't extend. I know about boundaries basically. So I want to give a really good service, but sometime. Thanks, mate. The chai, eh? Yeah, well, I tell you, that is good stuff, mate. Oh, that is brilliant stuff. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Cess, when I first got onto the chai, it sort of got things going, back to what it was like when my wife and I were first married, and she said, one particular night I was feeling quite, amorous, and I'd been having this chai tea, and it sort of invigorated me, and I said to the wife after, we did the biz, I said, how's that for a gold medal performance? And she turned around and she said to me, well, she said, I wish for once you came you came second. Anyhow, what can I say? I hope there's not young ears on board, by the way. But the chai tea's magic, absolute magic. It's got all sorts of herbs and spices in it. Yeah. I'll have to find out one way or another, says how whereabouts in Yokine. I'm not sure how we can do it. And I know you don't want to really tell people online where you live or whatever. From what I take it, Cess, you work up in the north, don't you? You write them down. Oh, I've got plenty of them. Some I can say online, some I can't. Actually, okay, Qantas 590. Oh, that's right. That's what I want. You're running. You're on X-Plane. That's right. I saw the actual vid with the rain effects the other day, Cess.
G'day, Melbourne, Jetstar 44. After putting in all of my waypoints, I've just realised that the flight directors are glitched. So I'm going to restart the flight, and hopefully that works. So I'll let you know when I'm back in.
Jetstar 44, not a problem. Yeah, the mining game. Well, I was in the mining game, but I was a engineering draftee for about 20 years. So I was in the office. Never got the opportunity to go up on site. And, I did drafting or all the engineering, what they call. We're engineering draftees, but they used to call us designers. And everybody thinks you're an engineer, and you've got to say, no, I'm not an engineer, I'm just a designer. Oh, right, okay. So, yeah, and it's been very good to me. And last year, on the 23rd of December, I officially retired. Worked on all the big projects. I worked on Twiggy's Fortescue one, actually got down to... And he actually sat down with me once and had a bit of a chat for about 5 minutes. Those guys who don't know Twiggy he's the billionaire named Andrew Forrest. Controller. Online, g'day, high stream, Melbourne Towers on. Okay. So we had a chat, and I said to him, actually, you know how you sort of, people get intimidated by people who've got a lot of money. And he sat down, and the first thing I said to him, I said, it's nice to meet someone who's got more money than me for a change. And he laughed his head off. And it was a bit of an icebreaker, but, he laughed on, and every time he saw me in the office, he'd say g'day. But he's a bit of a shonk. I mean, you can't become a billionaire unless you're a shonk. That's what I reckon. But yeah, good luck to him. He had the balls to do it. But yeah, I worked on the Rio, all the big projects, Rio, BHP. My last project was a BHP job. I did what we call a train loadout. And for those guys who are unfamiliar with the iron ore business, a train loadout is basically a big structure. This one was, BHP had a steel one that was shaking, which can be a bit of a problem when you're loading up a train. And we had to redo it. It was all concrete, so I did all the concrete for this train loadout. I worked on the project for 6 months, and then they wanted to keep me on. The engineering company I was working for, a company called Calibre, they said, "Oh look, we got this contract for BHP, another 2 years." And I said, "Thank you very much for the invite, but I've had enough. I'm getting out. I'm going to start enjoying life." So now officially retired and enjoying life. well, hopefully I'll enjoy life. I can hear footsteps. You know what that means? I think the missus bring me another chai tea. Yep, I don't know if you can hear the footsteps. No, she's reneged. Okay, so, so I was very lucky, fortunate to be in that game. Would have liked to go on site, but okay, so who's Velocity? I like to have a bit of a sticky beak on the name, so Angus Freeman, he's all right, he's good. But sometimes you see, you've got to prepare yourself. Alex Nation. Is that a pseudonym? Alex Nation. But sometimes you've got to prepare yourself. When you're doing this sort of controlling, you know, you come across, as I said earlier, all sorts. So you've got to mentally prepare yourself. See, I was a bit of a dill before. I used to get sort of agitated and worked up, and I thought, well, life's too bloody short to start. I'm also hoping to step down in about 3 to 4 years, time to enjoy life. Yes, mate. Exactly, mate. What's this? Melbourne Tower, I didn't prime my frequency. Silly me. Yes, silly you. Okay, so we got tower. Don't need to... okay, Jetstar 44's come back online. Yeah, so hopefully we might get a few sims in there. I'm just looking at the moment, getting a sim now. I'm not sure what sort of sim. I mean, mind you though, some of these prices, bloody sims. I found one company, $270,000 for a sim. I said, I can buy a bloody plane for that. But then again, depends on what you want. Yeah, no, that was good. It was all right. The sound effects were like, real. I'm not sure about the streakiness, How you going, Arthur? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. It says, they're okay. Now, what you got to find is there's a certain sort of. I remember when I first when I bought an aircraft.
Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 44.
Jetstar 44.
It seems it's affected every single aircraft I own, essentially, so I'm just going to do a full restart, see if that helps.
But Jetstar 44, not a problem. And just when you come back, Melbourne Tower is online, sir, so you can talk to them.
Oh, no worries then. I guess I'll speak to you when I depart.
Sounds like a good plan. Okay, I've got Qantas 999 coming into my airspace, so I'll just get him ready. See, this is why I use this error window. So I know now he hasn't been given the code. So when he gives the code, so I'll accept that. So when he gets, see, even though the symbol there looks like he's got the right squawk code, or he's squawking the right code, but see, that tells you he's not squawking the right code. So I use that error window a lot. So how you been, Arthur? As the guys online know, I've had a few hiccups, but hopefully getting back on track. I'm trying to work on, because I'm retired, I reckon I need to jazz up my streams a bit, more bells and whistles. So I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. I mean, Seth Sim's got more subscribers than me. I mean, the travesty of it all. I mean, and he doesn't even do jokes. Here I am, I don't know, how many subscribers you got now, Seth? Because, I mean, you know, really? Less subscribers than Seth Sim.
Melbourne term.
So, Seth, in the with your mixed reactions, what was the criticism, so to speak? Dancing girls will jazz it up. I'll tell you what. Bunnings run. Okay, mate. Take it easy. It was good to see you. And we'll see you next time. Yeah, well, that's me too, Arthur. When I retired, I was getting phone calls from agencies saying, you know, oh, Seth, by the way, you might be logged off. I'm trying to work out the email. Mine's ref.nf@gmail.com. And hopefully once, maybe, I don't know, on the weekend or something, if I'd come up there, have a couple of frothies. Yeah, going back to your point, Arthur. Yeah, I said to people, another engineering company called me up and they said, you know, we got this I said, look, I retired last year, and I said, if I retired from one engineering company and then I come back and join this you guys, I'd look pretty stupid, you know. So I said, yeah, thanks for the offer, I appreciate it, but no, I'm fully retired now. So I believe if you give your word, you give your word, even though the money's fantastic. But no, you got to keep your word. Okay, yeah. So it's ref147.nf@gmail.com. Thanks, mate. See you, mate. Take care. And Qantas 99. Oh, hang on, what's going? Oh, okay, he's going to Hobart. All right. Yeah, exactly, Arthur. Yeah, thank you, but thank you. You know, there comes a point, you know, I think we all need to get up for a reason in the morning. Otherwise, what's the point of getting up, you know? So we all need a purpose in life. You all need to get up to do something, or if you want to change the world, or whatever you want to do, you need a reason to get up in the morning. And I just found that I wasn't I was enjoying what I do, but I just didn't need to do it anymore. And my priorities have changed. And, you know, hopefully in the future I want to do a lot more travelling. So, and having your time for yourself is just magic. You know, you're no longer charging for your time for anything. You know, you just, if I want to get up in the morning at 7:30 or 8 o'clock or 5 o'clock, I can do that. You know, if I want to go down to the coffee shop and have a coffee and talk to friends, and, you know, I can do that. So, yeah, your priorities change when you get older, Of course, when you're young and you've got mortgages and God knows what else, and yeah, you have to be committed. But now all those, they're all finished, so it gives you certain freedom in life. Okay, so let's give Qantas 999 a bit of a heads up. Tell them to get in contact me. So it's just a simple matter of selecting that. So you know that, see how that triangle is filled in. So just go F6 and tell him to contact me. And that'll send a contact me message. Hayden. The important phone call. Well, it's from a cardiologist. That's the other reason. I won't go too much into it, but, you know, I had elevated blood pressure. Who knows? Maybe it was all those years on bloody Vatpac that got me this elevated blood pressure. So we were talking about the, you know, and other things with my heart. So I've got to look after the ticker for a while. Don't get upset with less than adequate pilots on Vatsim, he said. No, he didn't say that. But yeah, he just talked about my health, what I need to do, probably. Yeah, so that's basically what happened. So just, not that I'm, see, what I try to do every afternoon, I try to go for a walk, a 1 hour walk, but unfortunately that's not enough. You need to be more what they call aerobic exercise, try to build up the heart muscles and all that. So all you people out there who sit on your bum all day long, well, it's not a good idea. So try to get aerobic exercises and try to build up the heart muscles, especially if you've got high blood pressure. That can affect the structure of the heart. And in my case, one of the ventricle, I think, was dilated. So your heart becomes a little bit less efficient. So yeah, that's right, exactly, mate. You can trying to understand your sixes. Did he say six or is he propositioning me? I don't know. But Qantas 999, who is he? Matt Snets. Oh, he's been around. He should. Oh, he's obviously away from the set, but. So yeah, so I'm just looking after myself, trying to get into doing aerobic exercise and just build up the heart muscle. Pity I can't do the same for other muscles around my body, but hey, we won't talk about that. Might be young ears listening. I need definitely, yeah, no, I won't go into it. I won't, no, concentrate, Nick, come on. Yes, it'd be nice to wake up in the morning and you got the coat hanger happening, you know what I mean? You know, but that doesn't happen anymore. Can you relate to that, Arthur? You don't know how lucky you young blokes are, you know, waking up every morning, ready to go, if you know what I'm saying. I think I just heard my wife laugh. Okay, let's tell Qantas 590 to contact me on 123058, see how he's about to go. Qantas 590, contact me on 123.05.
123.05, Qantas 590.
Okay, we got...
Melbourne centr, Qantas 590.
Qantas 590. We got velocity 223. He's taxiing, so he'll contact me when he's airborne. Yeah, now, getting back to what we were talking about, I got distracted. Dancing girls will jazz it up. Yes, definitely jazz it up. Anything else? What else could jazz it up? You know? We got a guy in Adelaide. There he is. There's a guy in Adelaide, and he's going to Sydney. Qantas 124. Oh. Now, we got, what have we got in Adelaide? What's the 040 at 14 knots, so he'll be taking off from runway 05. Okay. Let's give him another bell, shall we? Where are we? Eldon Weir? Yeah, I think Eldon Weir. No, I don't. No, I'm not taking it. I'm not a great believer in pills, Arthur. Especially the blue ones, because I've got a bit of a heart condition. And you don't want to be taking those. Okay, Qantas 999, he ain't, I don't think he's going to contact me. But let's see, what do we got down at Adelaide? We only got the one, I think. Oh, Adelaide's changed. Winds are... Oh, the Q&H has dropped. Okay. So... Oh, by the way, if you ever do... See, when I do the route details, you can either do this, right? But I've got a shortcut key, and I've just assigned R for route key. And, yeah, basically tells me what he's doing. Okay, velocity 223 is probably given his takeoff clearance. Once he's get airborne, I've got to run to the little boys' room. I'll be away for a couple of minutes. Okay. This guy's gone. Qantas 999, I think. He's gone. Didn't want to be on the stream, or didn't want to talk to me, or for whatever reason, or could be both, I'm not sure. Okay, we'll take this guy. Just for you guys out here, when you, I'm not sure if you guys, when you're at a controlled airspace and you give your first call to the approach control, it's called an airborne report, which is different from a departure report. If you watch my stream of departure reports, so if the departure report's when you're taking off from an uncontrolled aerodrome and you're an IFR, and you're now in control, say Ballarat or out that way, something like that, and you give what they call departure report, and you tell them what time you took off, what you're doing, what level you're passing, and then you can get your clearance either up in the air or on the ground. It's up to you. Yeah, so that's it. But when you're going into controlled airspace, you're departing.
Melbourne Centre, g'day, velocity 223 is airborne, passing 3,300 for 5,000.
See, so that within 200 I can positively identify. Velocity 223, you're identified via the SID climb to flight level 300, cancel speed.
Climb via the SID to flight level 300, cancel speed, cheers, velocity 223.
And cancel speed obviously means cancel speed restrictions, and most you guys know under 10,000 feet, there's a 250 knot speed restriction, but there's no reason why you need to restrict your speed. There's no one around. Obviously in the real world, you do. Noise abatement, all that sort of stuff. That's why they have this speed restrictions. But anyhow, 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I've been holding on for the last 10 minutes.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 596 copy.
Okay, I'm back, and I heard somebody, station calling, say again, call sign?
That's Qantas 596.
Qantas 596, go ahead.
Yeah, just wondering if you're covering the departures for Sydney.
Qantas 596, unfortunately, no sir, not at this moment, but I'll call you when you're about to come into my airspace, if that's okay.
Yeah, thanks for that, will do. Thank you.
Are you controlling? Well, yeah, it's like I said, if Sydney Approach was on, I'd extend, but good morning, Lincoln Flight Simulator. How are you? Welcome to the stream. See, this is you pilots out there. See this? What frequency? Well, once again, you can do this. If you go right click, see here, Tail and Bend and Eldon Weir. And see that? That's Tail and Bend. And you see that area there? I'll bring that closer, but that's Tail and Bend. Actually, it's not. It's that area there, really. It's all that area. So Adelaide falls within the Tail and Bend. So if you guys get Vatpac, you pilots out there.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 124 radio check.
Qantas 124, go ahead.
Just looking for a radio check.
Oh, roger, sir. Read your 5x5.
Thank you, 5, Qantas 124.
I'm controlling VCCF centre. Ah, okay, let me look at that. Ah, how are you, sir? Okay, Colombo Radar. Okay, so I just get it. Lankan flights in Sri Lankan. Very good. Pennies dropped. And how are you, sir, my good man? Actually, I've never flown in your part of the world. Actually, mind you, I don't do a lot of flying, but I've never done a VFR or a flight in that part of the world. I've got to try it one day. Okay, we got Qantas 1 coming, and this guy here, I'm not sure what AIB, if anybody knows what AIB, what I can do is go to info, and this is a great little tool when it works. Let's do it again. Call sign checker, AIB. There you go. Airbus Industry. That's his call sign. Fair enough. So he's down here somewhere. Okay, we've got a few things happening in Melbourne. We got these guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, expecting traffic. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for that, Lincoln Flight Simulator. Lossie 223, contact me now on 134.325.
134.325, Lossie 223.
Oh, he's already on my frequency. Okay, I've got Qantas 1 coming over, so I'll get him activated. And he's just going to be crossing my airspace. Oh, by the way...
Melbourne Centre for Lossie 223 is on 134.325.
Lossie 223, thanks. That sign there, see how that funny looking sign there, that means he's on ADS-B, which is a different type of radar. Yeah, and not primary radar, but still it's effective in using it to separate traffic. So that's the ADS-B signal, that funny star shape there. So that's in because you've got all different types of radar. Along the east coast of Australia, this is all primary radar, but once you start getting out into the outback, it's all out here, it's ADS-B coverage. And a guy from Darwin's coming into Melbourne, so I've got this guy, Qantas 839, so I'll accept him. So a few things happening. But anyhow, any more... I've asked about the jazzing up the stream. And one bloke says dancing girls would be nice. So what I'll have dancing girls run across the screen across there. Or every time I get a new subscriber, what I'll do is I'll have a lady here, please, I hope you don't get offended. I'll have a lady here, right, figure of a lady, and every time I get a subscriber, she takes away one bit of her clothing. I don't know, maybe that might jazz up the screen a bit. Yeah, she might take it, yeah. But we've got 3 aircraft down in Melbourne. We got this guy. I'm not sure how you pronounce Ning and Trong, offshore from Johannesburg into Sydney. I'm not sure. He may or may not contact me. I don't know. But he's going to Sydney, so unless I see a potential conflict, I probably won't bother asking him to contact me. Yeah, because he's not going to be interfering with any traffic in Melbourne. He's at flight level 330. So when I see there's no potential conflicts, there's no reason for him to contact me, but he may want to, it's up to him. Bernie, how you going? I've been flying VATSIM for a number of years now, and I'm thinking about remote control. Where's the best place to start? I watch a number of your streams and learned heaps. Thanks, mate. I'm 55. That's not too old to start learning. Never too old to start learning, mate. Never too old. When you say the best place to start, I'm not sure if you're from Australia, Vatpac, which is a division of VATSIM, you need to enrol and just, hang on, let's see if I can find, I'm having a look at that, but if you go to Vatpac, if you go to the Vatpac site, and you, I'm thinking now, so long ago, yeah, you've got to log in, I think, because I've done this years ago, so anybody out there can help me. ATC training system. And you got to register for training. I'm just trying to, there it is. So if there's the Vatpac site, tms.vatpac, or so you request the exam, or actually email them and say, look, I'm interested, helpdesk.vatpac.org. Just say, look, interested in becoming controller, and that basically goes through the process. So that's a good place to start. The fact that you're watching a couple of streams, oh, you're in Brizzy. Oh, well, that's easy then. So for sure, just ask them what the system is. You got to do, like, there's a whole, you got to go through, once you get registered for their training, you go through the, let's see if I go back, and you go to the courses, you log in first, and then you go to courses. Oh, won't let me do it. But you got to log in, and you sign up, and okay, allow, and you got all this, there it is. Then you got the courses, training dashboard, you got the controller. Oh, that looks familiar, getting started with that's mine, isn't it? And you start off as a T or S1, I think. Yeah, there we go. And you request an exam. Okay, I'm Oceanic. Just like I said, I know I'm a bit sketchy here because, like I said, it's been ages since I've done this. But there is help out there, and go to the help desk as I showed you before, and just ask them. But that's, I think that's the way to do it, Bernie. And I'm sure you'll. I mean, I think, and it depends. I mean, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. It makes a break from flying. I don't do a lot of flying online. I do a bit of flying offline, but only that's because I do a lot of VFR stuff. But, and I enjoy, especially with Microsoft Flight Simulator, even though it's not the best flight dynamics. But for VFR, it's, you can't beat it. So it just this makes a welcome, this makes a bit of a change. I mean, if you had to look at the hours that I've done on controlling, oh my God, I'm not sure yet, I'm a couple of thousand hours, I reckon. But I hope you enjoy it. It's Yeah, Bernie, a lot of people don't... VFR is very simple. I mean, you know, the thing is, VFR, if you go to the information package, right? See, that's an IFR chart, but if you go down here and you go agree, and you go to charts, right? And this is what, see that VTC, that's a visual terminal chart. So let's say, for example, you're in Melbourne, so it takes a bit of time to load up and it's quite slow. Hang on, I better check what's going on. Okay, don't need to talk to him, don't need to talk to him, okay. So VFR is really simple. I mean, you know, so that's what they call, this is a VFR chart, visual terminal chart. And you just need to get your head around, let's say, for example, you want to fly from Moorabbin, your VFR, see these dots here, these are your VFR routes. And see all this airspace, you see. So if you've VFR, and you just need to find out, A, the weather, if you can fly VFR. And VFR is all about making sure that, first thing you've got to do when you fly VFR is, if you can do it, if the weather permits you to fly VFR. And, you know, this is a VFR, these dots are VFR routes. So if I'm flying from Moorabbin out to, I don't know, out here somewhere, for me personally, you don't want to fly through Melbourne. You want to fly along the coast here and then out this way, and you stay under what they call the control steps, because in real life, you try to minimise your stress, and one of the stresses, if you're talking to a control and trying to understand what he's saying, and then while flying. See, so the thing is, yeah, you can, Lankin, you can join as a visiting controller. I'm not sure how you do it, but they do. We do have them as visiting controllers. Yeah, so you can. I fly VFR, and see, as long as you, and this shows you basically VFR route going this way, and this is another VFR route. You can see a recommended VFR route, go from Kilmore, and these if I can just. You see this Kilmore, and you got KI and M. So that's when you put them into flight, GPS 1000, you put these are the identifiers for that VFR reporting point. So KIM, and under Microsoft Flight Simulator, they come up, and you actually, when you're flying, you can actually identify Kilmore. It shows Kilmore, and it shows obviously the reservoir. There's a reservoir called. There's Sugarloaf Reservoir there. Yeah, so there's a VFR.
Center velocity 223.
223, go ahead.
Just requesting a step out for about 5 minutes.
223, not a problem, report when back.
We'll report when back, velocity 223, cheers.
So VFR is very simple, Bernie. If you can do IFR, you can certainly do VFR. And I'm not sure what simulator you use, but it's a matter of knowing how to plan, which is, like I said, if you're going from Moorabbin, so it's YMMB, and you just put these waypoints in. So you're going to put CERB, Cerberus, and then, you know, like I said, if you're going along the coast here, you put maybe Laverton BOM Tower. I think that's identifiable in Microsoft Flight there. You put TON, that's another waypoint, so the controller knows you're going along the coast, or you might want to put Station Pier as well.
Departures today, Jetstar 44, passing through 1,500.
Jetstar 44, g'day, identified via the SID, climb to flight level 390.
Up to 390, Jetstar 44.
Apache 1, where'd he come from? Edinburgh to Williamtown. Apache 1, who owns Apache 1? Black Wuna, IFR, Williamtown, 300. And what is he? F-35, okay. I don't understand, you know. I mean, a highly complicated aircraft. I don't know. He's just come out of nowhere. Let's have a look. Patchy one. Lachlan Pierce. Okay. Let's see if he's a young kid or not. Yeah, MSFS is the best for VFR, Bernie. And that's why, like I said, I do a lot of VFR flying, and I don't normally do it online. That's why my VATSIM hours are not great as far as flying is concerned. But I just like to, and if you actually, I think you can even identify the Brighton Jetty. And there's another thing too. I actually try to recreate real world flights. And there's a guy, Barry. He's in Melbourne, and he does these flights. And there's a lot, you can learn a lot from, he goes from Melbourne to Ballarat, and you can see his flight plan and everything. I'm just trying to think of his name. Oh, look at this. My wife's brought my lunch straight to my desk. She knows I'm doing very important work, and she's brought me my lunch. How good is that? So, and it's just, VFR, you got to know the VMC criteria, what they call VMC criteria. Actually, I might actually tell Tao to take over the ATIS, I think. Thanks, love. Yeah. Oh, we've got messages. Jetstar. Hey, you're coming Sydney, so PDC. Well, that's very easy. Negative. So basically, the first thing, getting back to it, sorry I'm a bit fragmented here, Bernie. First thing, you've got to check out the weather. Make sure you can fly VFR. So once you've established and you can fly VFR, let's say for this example, going that up to Moorabbin up to Ballarat, which is up here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where Ballarat is, but it's out there. Anyhow, wherever it is. Sure it's out here somewhere, Ballarat. Yeah, whatever. So,
Melbourne, good afternoon. Velocity 224, radio check.
Velocity 224, good afternoon. Read your 5x5. So make sure it's...
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 590.
590.
Yeah, request flight level 360.
Qantas 590, climb to flight level 360.
360, Qantas 590.
Yeah, so make sure you've got VMC conditions all the way from Moorabbin out to Ballarat. Make sure you know what route you're going to take, and in this case, what level you want to be at, because you don't want to be infringing controlled airspace, or if you do, you need to know that you need to call air traffic control. So unless you want to talk to them, but I try not to talk to them. So I select the level that I know that I'm not going to infringe. So if you're going along this way, in this area here, in this segment here, if you're flying at 2,500, you've got to call ATC and get a clearance, because the lowest level here is 2,000. But if you stay at 1,500, see, you don't have to talk to ATC. Now, of course, 1,500, you don't need to talk to ATC, but also you've got to check, can I fly at 1,500 all the way? Will I hit a bloody side of a mountain? You know, so that's another thing you've got to be aware of. And you can see here these contour maps, or these maps here. The area is pretty flat. It's only once you get to the east of Melbourne, you start hitting, you get a bit of terrain, but you don't see. So 1,000. So the things you need to check for is, can I fly VFR? In other words, can the weather permit? and the level that I've chosen, do I need to call ATC or not? And am I going to hit the side of a mountain if whatever level I've chosen? In other words, maintain clearance of terrain. So they're the things you sort of need to look for when you're flying VFR. Okay, just R44, good. So that's the things. Now Apache 1, he wants to do his own thing. He's decided, you know, I'm on VATSIM. I'll get in my F-35. I don't know how to fly a Cessna, but I know how to fly an F-35. Well, yeah, fair enough. Oh, okay. Good on you, Arthur. Yep. She's a good egg. Yeah, she is. Excuse me. I've got soup, so I don't want to slurp too much. So VFR is very easy. It's a piece of cake.
Melbourne Centre, Velocity 223 is back on.
Velocity 223, thanks. Adelaide at the moment, Cavo K 05013.
And stand up velocity 224, requesting airways clearance to Melbourne.
Oh, I've got to drop my soup in a minute. Jeez. Velocity 224, you're cleared to Melbourne via Bendo, plan route, by the SID, climb to 5,000. Runway 05, Bendo 2 departure, squawk 6070, and departures on 123.05.
Clear Melbourne via Bendo, fly plan route, climb by SID to 5,000, runway 05, Bendo 2 departure, squawk 6070, departures on 123.05, bay 15, velocity 224.
Velocity 224. And by the sound of that read back and the speed, I think he knows what he's doing. It's, Liz, what's the name of the soup? What is it?
The soup.
What is it?
This is cauliflower soup.
Oh, cauliflower soup. Okay.
Cauliflower.
Would the terminology in the Vatpac document be in technical language or more layman's terms? It's more layman terms, really. It's just a build-up of knowledge, you know. The hardest thing is just understanding, like VMC. What does VMC mean? Visual meteorological conditions. So yeah, it's layman's terms. The hardest part is just understanding what what's the right word? The acronym? Is that the right word? I'm not sure if that's the right word, but what VMC means, and you know, some of the terms can get technical, but I found it, now mind you, this is some 10 years ago when I did mine, maybe more, 12, 13. Yeah, just getting your head around, it's not that hard. It's just you've got to be, oh, okay, well, there you go, yeah. It's no different than, yeah, so you're ex-army, yeah. So it's just understanding just the acronyms. Now, as usual, Apache, doing 770 ground speed. I don't think it's really worth talking to him. Now, this is a tool that I found handy. If I want to know this guy here and this Jetstar looks like, if I want to know at what time is their closest approach, right? I select one, hit F1, and then left click that. They're never going to be in proximity. I've got a coord. Who is it? Go ahead, Tower.
G'day. Next is a Cessna 152 Tango November Victor on the visual departure, runway 16.
And where's he going, sorry?
He is heading southbound.
Okay, it's a VFR. Is he next, is he?
Yeah, he is.
All right, I got him down at the... Okay, he just tell him where I'm heading for now, and I'll sort him.
Roger, no worries.
Cheers. Yeah, so you see, these guys will never be in conflict. At time 4 at 2-9er, so in 7 minutes' time, this guy's going to be here, and this guy is going to be here. So I never have to worry about them. Back to my soup. What else? Oh, I better hand this other guy off. Qantas 5. Qantas 590, no further ATC service available. Radar services terminated. Contact Unicom 122.8. G'day.
Over to Unicom 122.8. Thanks for your coverage today. Qantas 590, g'day.
And Qantas 830.
And velocity 224 across Starbush.
I see 224, push approved.
Push through, velocity 224.
230? I thought he said 234. No, it's 224. Okay, we've got a VFR guy, and he's taken... Now, let's have a look. Let's have a look at his flight. I'm not sure exactly where he's going. Omega Chu, Tango November Victor. And he's going to Tyab, which is down here. Okay, so he's a VFR aircraft. Okay, so let's have a look at his... So that's where he's going, okay? So he's flying at 2,000. Well, the first thing is, if you're VFR aircraft, you have to odd plus 500 or even plus 500, okay? So if I have a look at his flight plan here, he's flying at 2,000. So that's not a VFR level. So, and he not. So, now the thing is, VFR aircraft at 2,000 feet, as a controller, you need to know when he goes octa, in other words, outside of controlled airspace. And at 2,000 feet, around about there, you can see that C020, around about there, I should say, he goes octa, because there's the 2,500 step in there. See, that's C025. So he goes outside controlled airspace. So when you're telling a VFR aircraft he goes outside controlled airspace, you tell that VFR aircraft radar identification services terminated, because I don't need to look after you anymore. In controlled airspace, you still got to separate VFR from VFR and VFR from IFR, because it's a class Charlie. But once he goes into uncontrolled airspace, I'm not responsible for him anymore. So I tell him he's on his own, basically. That's what you say. You're on your own, mate. You've got to navigate and look after yourself. And then you say frequency change approved, because then he changes to what they call a CTAF frequency. Go ahead.
Don't know what the VFR guy's doing. He's just that hasn't taken the intersection, so it'll be next as Rex 211 on the radar departure.
Where's he going to?
Have no idea. He's going westbound.
Get him on 290.
290, thanks.
So, if this guy didn't know where he was going, how did he give him this clearance? Not sure. Rex 211. Tells you there he's going to Warrnambool. Okay. So, yeah, so that's what you do with the VFR aircraft, because he's going outside, and you say frequency change approved, because now I hope to God this guy's not text. I mean, you pilots out there, it's one of my big peeve-offs. Don't say, how hard is it to get a headset, even the cheapest one? I don't really have an expensive headset, but it works pretty well. So, anyhow, enough of that. I'll tell this guy to contact me. Oh, look at that. She brought me fruit as well. Beautiful.
Velocity 224, request taxi.
Velocity 224, taxi, standby one. Velocity 224, sorry about that. Taxi via Foxtrot to holding point Foxtrot 5, runway 05, cross runway 12.
Taxi via Foxtrot, cross runway 12 to the Foxtrot 5, holding point runway 05, velocity 224.
So this patchy guy, not worth me, because he might give me a headache. So now this guy's on a heading of 290, so really I should put that there. And RAM means route adherence monitoring. That means he's off his route. In other words, if that's the route there you go.
G'day, Melbourne Centre, Rex 11. Climbing 1000.
Rex 211, g'day, Melbourne Centre identified. Climb to flight level 140.
Up to 140, thanks, Rex 11.
Melbourne Centre, good afternoon. Qantas 1 with you, flight level 430.
Station calling, say again.
Qantas 1, Melbourne Centre with you, flight level 430.
Qantas 1, g'day, can you squawk 5515, thanks.
Squawk 5515, Qantas 1.
Now, if I hit backspace, so that's a heading. Rex 211, turn left heading 260.
Turn left 260, Rex 11.
And then I'll get him to resume navigation, track direct to Esdig.
Melbourne Centre velocity 223. We expecting star clearance. We're getting on full close to 12%.
Velocity 223, yeah, apologies, stand by, sir.
Standing by velocity 223.
Ah, shit. Qantas 1, you identified, maintain flight level 430.
Maintain flight level 430, Qantas 1.
Velocity 223, I'll give him the Alexi, the Black 3 X-ray, I think. No, that won't work. Velocity 223, star clearance available.
Go ahead, velocity 223.
Velocity 223, you cleared the Alexi 3 Zulu arrival, runway 05, when ready descent to flight level 210.
Cleared the Alexi 3 Zulu arrival, runway 05, and cleared down to flight level 150, velocity 223.
223, negative, when ready down to 210, sir.
Correction 210, velocity 223, thank you.
Yeah, so this guy, the VFR guy, Normally, in this game, once you've been doing it for a few years, you sort of get an idea that Rex 211, resume our navigation, track direct to Esdig, plan route.
Track to Estig, I think Rex 211.
And this Tango November Victor, he doesn't have a clue, so sometimes it's, and I shouldn't say this, but sometimes it's best to ignore when they don't really know what they're doing. They're just, you like to help them out, but sometimes you just can't. They don't have a clue. You want to help people as much as possible, but sometimes it's just things don't necessarily work that way. And he'll probably contact me when he gets outside the controlled airspace. Now this guy, I gave him Lexi 3 to make sure I know what I'm doing here. Adelaide. Okay, the RMP. Okay. I gave him that, Lexi 3 X-ray. Okay.
Melbourne centre velocity 223. Would it be possible for track shortening direct Lexi?
Velocity 223, no, not a problem, sir. Cancel star from present position, track direct to Lexi.
Cancel star from present position, track direct to Lexi, velocity 223, thank you.
Centre velocity 224 ready.
Velocity 224, contact me, airborne runway 05, clear for takeoff.
Contact you airborne runway 05, clear for takeoff, velocity 224.
Velocity 223, descent to 9000, Adelaide QNH 1018. He didn't hear me. Okay, let's try again. And there's Alexi. Velocity 223, copy.
Velocity 223.
Velocity 223, descent to 9000, Adelaide QNH 1018.
Descend 9000, Adelaide QNH 1018, velocity 223.
And 223, can you change over to 123.05, thanks.
123.05 for velocity 223.
So this guy's going to Warrnambool, he's out here, okay. So he's okay, he's not a problem. Tango November.
And Melbourne Centre velocity 223 is now on 123.05.
Velocity 223, thanks. And this guy's not worth worrying about. Dino, how you going, mate? I'm still on this too. How come? Love it. Oh shit, I lost my chat. Where's my chat? Oh, it doesn't matter. I lost my chat. Where's my chat? Don't panic! Where's my chat?
Velocity 224 airborne, passing 1,500, climbing 5,000.
Velocity 224 identified via the SID, climb to flight level 350, cancel speed.
Climb by SID to flight level 350, cancel speed, velocity 224.
try to get this guy. Eldon, where? Oh, no.
Rex 211 back in 10 minutes, is that okay?
Rex 211.
Thanks.
Melbourne Centre, Cessna 152 Tango November Victor, currently above Flemington, requesting a city fly around. Tango November Victor.
Tango November Victor, how many orbits of the city you want to do, sir?
Centre, I'll just do one. Tango November Victor.
Tango November Victor, you're identified. You're cleared to do one city orbit. Report when complete.
Roger, Tango November Victor.
Melbourne Centre, New Zealand 120, 4,200 for 5,000, just departed 16.
New Zealand 120, g'day Melbourne Centre, identified by the SID climb to flight level 370.
Copy, after 370, New Zealand 120.
Okay, so I think I've got everything under control. This guy, okay, he wants to do one city orbit. That's not a problem. The only problem I see at the moment is bloody my chat. How the... Okay, tower's just logged off. Okay, so he's going to Tyab, this guy here. What else is happening? And velocity 223 from Alexei, you resume normal star.
From Alexei, resume the star, velocity 223.
This guy doesn't want to talk to me. Qantas 839. Hang on, let me have a look. I've got to find the chat. This guy doesn't want to talk to me. Qantas 839. Hang on, let me have a look. Okay, what have we got? we've got a few aircraft happening here. Some are not relevant. This guy here is definitely not relevant. I mean, don't tell me you don't know that air traffic control is online, but hey. He was never going to be a problem. I only sort of... My philosophy is that I don't... Unless I see a potential conflict coming up, I don't think it's upon me to tell people to contact me. I think it's on the pilot to be responsible to see who do I call. That's my philosophy. Right or wrong, but yeah, that's. I think the owner should be on the pilot to find out who he's got to talk to. It's not for me to chase anybody. Velocity 223 via the start descend to 5,000.
Descend 5,000 via the star velocity 223.
Oh, here's the thing. I don't know if you guys know this. The other day I found out the 737, the PMDG, can't do the GLS approach.
Melbourne, Centre, g'day. Qantas 826 radio, Jeff.
Qantas 826, g'day. Read your 5x5, sir.
5x5 for you too, Qantas 826.
Oh, by the way, there's something. If anybody know how to get rid of this? Oh, I can't. I haven't got chat. Oh, how do I get chat back on? Come on. Got it. Cheers for the stream, mate. I'm out of here to join the fun in Vatpac.
And Melbourne Centre, Qantas 826. Information Sierra on board. We'd like to get an IFR clearance to Sydney.
Qantas 826, that's not a problem, sir. You're cleared to Sydney via DSL plan route. Via the SID, climb to 5,000, runway 16. DSL 1 departure, squawk 4553 and departure 123.75.
We're cleared to Sydney via Dosal flight plan route. Climb by this to 5,000, runway 16, Dosal 1 departure, squawking 4553 and departure 124.75. Qantas 826.
Qantas 826. So, let's just drop this guy. I don't need to talk to him anymore. Now, it remains blue because he's still in my area. If you have a look at here. He's uncontrolled, but because he's in my area, it shows up blue.
Melbourne Centre, Cessna 152 Tango November Victor just finished the city fly around. Currently 2,000 feet above Flemington. We'll head on south to Tyre Morning. Tango November Victor.
Tango November Victor, Roger, you're cleared to Tyre as filed, 2,000.
Thank you, good day.
Other station calling, say again.
Rex 11's back on deck, mate. Thanks.
Rex 11, thanks. And Rex 11, just confirm, sir, you're at flight level 140.
Yeah, I just reset to standard, mate. So I'm 136 at the moment. I'll climb up to 140.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 839 radio check.
Qantas 839, read you 5x5.
I got you 5 now too, sorry about that. Qantas 839, flight level 370.
Qantas 839, squawk 3272.
3272, Qantas 839.
Melbourne Centre, g'day, Qantas 690 requesting radio check.
Qantas 690, g'day Melbourne, stand by. Qantas 839, you identified, maintain flight level 370.
Flight level 370, Qantas 839.
Qantas 690, you're cleared to Adelaide via Nevis planned route by the SID, climb to 5,000. Runway 16, Nevis 7 departure, squawk 4775 and departures on 12375.
Clear to Adelaide as file, Nevis planned route, runway 16, Nevis 7 departure, climb via SID up to 5,000. Squawking 4775, departures 123.75, Qantas 690.
Qantas 690. Well, that's not bad, Bernie. Nothing wrong with that, that was perfect.
Center velocity 224, request 15 minutes away.
Velocity 224, report went back.
Bucco, velocity 224.
Velocity 223 via the start descent to 4,000.
Flight start descent 4000, velocity 223.
Qantas 839 on request.
Sorry, station code, say again.
Qantas 839, just with a request when you're sec.
839, go ahead.
Reading the Otis 16 of Melbourne, any chance of runway 34 for our start briefing showing winds veering from the west and the north, if that's possible?
Qantas 839, the wind's here at 100 at 8 knots, sir.
Roger, got that too, but our briefing's also showing a variable from the north. Happy to take the crosswind though, either way.
Yeah, it favours, just slightly favours runway 16, so unless it's an operational, but I think 16 should be okay for you, sir.
No worries, we'll give 16 a go and can always loop back around if needed. Qantas 839, thanks.
Not sure what he's saying, but...
Good afternoon, Melbourne Centre. This is velocity 855 back in Echo 8 at Melbourne. Request radio check.
Velocity 855, g'day, read you 5x5.
Information share on board. Request the clearance to Sydney. Velocity 855.
855, standby.
Standby 855.
Velocity 223, you cleared the RMP approach, runway 05, report established.
Clear down for the approach, runway 05 will report velocity 223.
Qantas 839, star clearance available.
Qantas 839, go ahead.
Big boy. Qantas 839, you are cleared the RB7 Alpha arrival, runway 16, when ready, descend to flight level 210.
RB7 Alpha runway 16 when ready level 210 Qantas 13.
Tango November Victor, radar and identification services terminated, frequency change approved. I don't think he understands that.
Thank you, have a good day. Tango November Victor.
Oh, you might do. Ah, there you go.
Apache 1 requesting a descent to flight level 100.
Apache 1, you're almost outside of my controlled airspace, sir. For the last hour and a half, you were inside my airspace and you didn't bother to contact me then. And so now you're contacting me now. Unlikely, sir.
Melbourne, Centre, Qantas 826, ready for push and start.
Qantas 826, push approved.
Melbourne Centre, velocity 223 is established 05.
Velocity 223, runway 05, cleared land.
Clear to land runway 05, velocity 223 is ready. The traffic departing Adelaide.
Velocity 225, not at the moment, sir.
Roger, thanks.
Robert Centre, Qantas 690, just advice, had to slide across to Bay Charlie 10, just had a Qantas freight, just jump on the back.
They're two in together, sorry, Qantas 690, sorry, say again?
Just advice, had to slide across to Bay 610, just had a Qantas freight jump on my back.
Oh, roger that, copy that.
Rex 211, top of descent.
Rex 211, when ready, descent to 9,000, standby for your area QNH.
Down at 9,000, standby.
Area QNH, area 30, so let's see what area 30 is for area QNH.
Request for the clearance to Sydney, velocity 855.
1026. Rex 211, area QNH 1026.
1026, thanks Rex 211.
Velocity 855, you're cleared to Sydney by a Docel planned route. By the SID, climb to 5,000, runway 16, Docel 1 departure, squawk 4417 and departures on 123.75.
Repeat again please, for the squawk and the frequency 855.
I don't know what that was. That was a piss poor readback. Velocity 855, just you need to read back the full clearance.
Can you repeat the SWAT code and the frequency I have to contact? Velocity 855.
Velocity 855, squawk 4417 and 123.75.
Clear to Sydney, departure runway 16, Docel 1, follow the blended route, swap 4417, contact the frequency 123.75, velocity 855.
Velocity 855.
Apache 1 are requesting clearance into restricted airspace 559.
This guy cracks me up. He flew about, 1.5 hours, didn't bother to ring me. Apache 1, as previously described or explained to you, sir, you're outside my controlled airspace.
Qantas 690, request pushback.
Qantas 690, push approved.
Push approved, Qantas 690.
Center velocity 223 is vacated 05.
Velocity 223, taxi to the bay.
Taxi to the bay, we'll see 223, thanks.
Rex 211, leave control area descending, no report at IFR.
No report at IFR, thanks mate. Rex 211.
Good evening, Centre. The velocity 855, back in Echo 8, ready for push and start.
Velocity 855, push approved, and can you squawk mode Charlie on the ground?
Squawk mode Charlie on the ground, 855.
Go ahead, Binduk.
Oh, good day, Nick. Terry here.
Oh, Terry.
Yeah, back again.
Okay.
Right, so runway 16s
Yep.
on doing Binduk and extending to Armidale as well.
Okay, all right, no worries. Thanks a lot, Terry.
So have you got 477, QFA 477?
I've got him acquired, but I haven't talked to him yet. But I can give him back to you. I'll give him back to you.
Well, you can keep him if you like. Oh, it's all right. I'll get him.
Yeah, you get him and talk to him. Okay, cheers.
And Melbourne Town Qantas 826 is ready for taxi.
Qantas 826, taxi via Alpha to holding point Charlie, runway 16, cross 0927.
To holding point 16, cross runway 27 was that? Qantas 826?
Okay, Melbourne Real World is on 34. Yep, but winds at 100. So slightly favours 16. So now the Real World, they just, for whatever reason, they might use 3-4. But sometimes, you know, we don't necessarily follow everything as per the Real World. We'll just, like I said, they might have, for operational reasons, certain taxiway might be closed. That's why they've got 3-4. Or a lot of the departures are going to Sydney. But like I said, we don't necessarily follow the Real World. And thanks to Cappuccino. The Cappuccino is jumping on Melbourne Town now. So, there he is. Dino, the Cappuccino. Okay. He's not on frequency yet, but hopefully he'll help me out. And we'll see how we go. Got a bit of traffic. That guy that buzzed me on the cohort, Terry, he was my examiner when I did my tower exam back in the day. There we go.
Alexander, Qantas 7574, information Sierra, requesting Wi-Fi to Perth.
Qantas 7574. Melbourne Tower's just come online. Can you get the clearance from him on 120.5?
Yep, no worries, just seen it come up. I'll go over to 120.5. Thanks, Qantas 7574.
Go ahead, Dino.
Yeah, Melbourne Centre, good afternoon. Airbus 74 Tango, you level 330.
I guess, do you want to keep Qantas 826?
No, you get him.
Alright, yeah.
Okay, cheers. Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
And everyone, oh, good. Everyone else has clearance or pushes or?
Yeah, well, when I'll give them the clearance, I'll put the 50 in.
Okay.
Okay, cheers.
Melbourne Centre Qantas and 690, do you want me to cut across the tower for clearance?
Qantas 690, A firm 120.5. So all stationed on my frequency on the ground in Melbourne, Can you contact Tower 120.5?
120.5, Qantas 690.
Qantas 839 via the correction, descent to 9,000, QNH 1028.
9,1028, Qantas 839.
Melbourne Centre, good afternoon, Airbus 74 Tango with you, flight level 330.
Airbus 74 Tango, g'day, can you squawk 1423?
Squawk 1423 for Airbus 74 Tango.
Airbus 74 Tango, maintain flight level 330, stand by for your star clearance. Airbus 74 Tango, you ready to copy clearance?
Affirmative, we are ready.
Airbus 74 Tango, you cleared the Rivet 3 arrival, runway 16 right, when ready, descend to flight level 210.
So we clear the Sydney runway 16 right, Rivet 3 arrival when ready, descend level 210, Airbus 74 Tango.
Okay, I think I've got everything under control here. I've got the cappuccino man on tower. I've been fed by the missus, now enjoying my fruit. And if I'm real lucky, she might even make me a coffee, but that'll be stretching it. How long have I been going here? 2 hours, 2 hours and 7 minutes. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Melbourne, New Zealand 120, just checking in. Would you like me to switch over to Unicom? It looks like I've left your airspace.
New Zealand 120, you've got about 50 odd miles to go, but if you want to go onto Unicom now, you're quite welcome to, if you want.
Alright, copy that. Yeah, I'll switch over to Unicom now. Thank you very much for the New Zealand 120.
New Zealand 120, have a safe flight, sir. See ya. That was easy. So, now where's Big Bernie? 690. Where is he? Oh, he's still in, yep. So we got quite a few people in Melbourne. I must have heard about the stream, I'm sure of it. So they want to be in on the action. Okay, Jetstar 655, that's my responsibility actually. He wants to go to Melbourne. Actually that's what I find funny, you know, like, that light shaded area is my area of responsibility. And Canberra comes into this. I thought it was Binduk, but apparently people tell me that Canberra is Alden Weir's responsibility. Now, I could never work that one out. But anyhow. Anyhow, we'll see how we go.
Central velocity A55, ready for taxi, runway 16, Melbourne Airport.
Velocity A55, Melbourne Tower is online, sir. Can you contact him on 120.5?
120.5, velocity A55, thank you, see ya.
Sometimes people just don't listen, do they? I said all people on the ground, Melbourne, contact Melbourne Tower's now online. But some people just don't listen.
Melbourne Centre, velocity 224, back with you on 134.325.
Velocity 224, thanks, and start clearance available.
Velocity 224, go ahead.
Velocity 224, you cleared the RB7 Alpha arrival, runway 16, when ready, descend to flight level 210.
RB7 Alpha arrival, runway 16, when ready down to flight level 210, velocity 224.
Melbourne, Centre, g'day, Qantas 826 is with you passing 3000.
826, g'day again. Identified via the SID, climb to flight level 370, cancel speed.
Climb to flight level 360 and cancel off the restrictions, Qantas 826.
Oops. Airbus 74 Tango, contact Melbourne Centre now on 129.8.
1298 for Airbus and for Tango.
Yeah, so Terry Scanlon, Terry Scanlon. Yeah, he did my tower exam many moons ago now. Very nice guy. He's involved in the aircraft restoration project called HARS. Anybody familiar with that? But been doing it for a good many years now, so I'm a bit worried here. Qantas 477, if you have a look here, Terry hasn't picked up the error. He hasn't asked him to score the right code. And see how they got like a star. So I'm a bit, mind you, Terry hasn't been on for a year, so he's a bit rusty. Qantas 839 via the star descent to 5,000.
5,000 by the star, Qantas 839.
Okay, I've got a guy here. Let's see what he's up to. Okay, so he's decided to go online, no flight plan. Now, mind you, though, if he's VFR, he doesn't need to have a flight plan, but we'll see. So if you don't need a flight plan, I don't know why you want to, and you're VFR, why you want to go online, but let's see. Because he's going to be punching my airspace. Well, we'll see, keep an eye on him, but the lowest level of the airspace is Class Echo, which is 9,000. So let's just keep an eye on him. Qantas 116. Oh, Qantas 477, he's picked him up. Well done, Terry. He's got him. Beautiful. Well done, Terry. I always had faith in Terry. It's a beautiful day in, well, hang on, I've just looked out my window. It was a beautiful day in Perth. But we've got a couple of cold fronts coming in. So, and the missus told me to mow the lawn. And whatever the missus says, you young guys out there, that's what...
Melbourne Centre, g'day, Qantas 477, flight level 300.
Qantas 477, g'day, Melbourne Centre. That sounds like Christian Damien. Let's see if I'm right. Qantas 477. No, Josh. Okay. Melbourne Tower, are you able to see Qantas 690 at all? He's on my departure strip, but not on my ground map. Disappeared mid-taxi. Okay, what's happened to you, Bernie? 690, you've disappeared. Happy wife, happy life, exactly. What? She's the boss. She says, Nicholas, got to mow the lawn today?
Qantas 839 visual.
Qantas 839, you clear the visual approach runway 16.
Clear visual approach 16, Qantas 839.
Now, you guys out there, pilots, see, when he said visual, that means he wants to change. And he wants to do a visual approach. In other words, I can see the airfield, I don't need to be IFR anymore. Don't need the ILS. So, that's what he's trying to say. So once he's a visual approach, you remove all the altitude restrictions because he's on the visual approach. So as soon as you say visual approach to anybody, that means they don't have any altitude restrictions and don't need to be vectored, or they now see that because they can see the airfield, they basically position themselves. Melbourne OBS. What the hell does he want? Okay, we got the ATIS 110, see? So 16.
Melbourne Terminal.
G'day, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Were you calling me at all?
No, sorry, Terry, I pressed the wrong button. Sorry, mate.
No worries.
Cheers.
Okay.
Qantas 1, we'll give him 16, right? Rivet 3, okay. So now we're starting to get down to 110, so it's starting to favour runway 16 now. And so Qantas 1 is okay. I'll give this guy handoff soon. Just R44. Actually, I forgot to put him on frequency. Okay. And I've got to give this guy landing clearance. Qantas 839, contact tower now, 120.5, g'day.
1205, g'day, Qantas 839.
Velocity 855. Okay, so everything's under control. This guy is out. This guy will be out. This guy's been handed off. I'll give this guy... Qantas 1 will be... Sometime after Nonip, he'll descend. Where's Cullen? Just up there somewhere, isn't it?
Velocity 224, request further.
Velocity 224, apologies. Descend to 9,000, Melbourne QNH 1027. Lost.
Descend via star to 9,000 on 1027, velocity 224.
Now, he said via the star. It's not via the star. The star starts at Arby, okay? So you controllers out there.
Good evening again to velocity 55. Have a just passing 3,700. Radio contact.
Velocity 855, g'day. Climb to identified. Climb via the SID to flight level 310.
Climb to flight level 310. Velocity 855. Thank you.
Okay, so everything's in hand. Just R44 heavy use still on frequency. Okay, he's away from the set. I might just give him a message, tell him to go to Unicom. Yeah, so not much happening, except for with a happy wife and a happy life. And I may have to log off soon, I'm not sure. I've got to make this bloody
Melbourne. Melbourne Centre, velocity 226 on the ground at Adelaide, requesting IFR to Melbourne.
Qantas 226 standby.
Velocity 226 standing by.
Velocity 226 6. I don't have a flight plan, and I'm not sure if did you put one in, sir?
I think I've got to reset that, Tim. Give me 2 ticks.
226.
Melbourne Centre, g'day, Qantas 7574, climbing 2,500 for 5,000.
Qantas 7574, g'day again. You're identified via the SID climb to flight level 320, cancel speed.
Climb via the SID to 320, cancel speed, 7574.
So Qantas 839, he's been handed off to tower. Don't need to know him. He's okay, okay, all right. Okay, I think I've got everything under control. Velocity 226, Centre.
Centre velocity 226, go ahead.
Yeah, I've got your flight plan, sir. Clearance available.
Ready to copy for velocity 226.
And 226, I just stand by one. 226, just confirm your required cruise level is 190.
My apologies, that's probably sim brief. I think it was a step climb up to 350. I'm able to just go straight up to 350.
Just stand by one, sir. Velocity 226, you're cleared to Melbourne via Bendo, planned route, via the SID, climb to 5,000, runway 05, Bendo 2 departure, squawk 3212 and departures on 123.05.
Cleared to Melbourne via Bendo, runway 05, Bendo 2 departure, climb via the SID to 5,000, squawking 3212 and departures with you 123.05 for velocity 226.
Velocity 226. And velocity 224 via the star descent to 5,000.
Descent 5,000 via the star, velocity 224.
Okay, so everything's good. No problems. I don't see any problems. This guy didn't contact me. He might have got his clearance from Terry up at Binduk, which is good for me. And now, nearly 2.5 hours. Hopefully I didn't do too many mistakes, but what I'll do is I'll just tell this bloke to contact Unicom. I think it's far. It's easier that way, I think. Just hand him off. Oh, hang on. What am I doing? Hang on. Okay, no. Okay, that's all good. Internet outage. Oh, Dino. What's going on, mate? Where do you live? You still still got dial-up up there. So, okay, Nick, see you next time. Great job, have a good one. Cheers. Okay, Arthur, take it easy, mate, and I'll be logging off soon anyhow. So, like I said, I've got to I've got to do the weather's turning a bit here in Perth, so I better go and do this chore, have to mow the lawn. I might call it quits, actually. It's been a good 2.5 hours. I hope you've enjoyed it. So I'll tell everyone else, unfortunately, I'll be closing down. Where is it? Message.
Ben Center, g'day, Jetstar 655, passing flight level 123 for 360.
Jetstar 655, g'day. Melbourne Centre identified, climb to flight level 360.
Up to 360, Roger, and do you have a code for us, sir?
Jetstar 655, apologies, 6024.
Roger, 6024.
Just curiosity, Jetstar 655, didn't you get a clearance from Melbourne Binduk?
Yeah, give us a clearance, couldn't find a plan in the system and didn't give us a code.
Oh, 655, not a problem. Qantas 1 Heavy, star clearance available.
Go ahead, Qantas 1.
Qantas 1, you're cleared the Rivet 3 arrival, runway 16 right, when ready, descend to flight level 210.
Rivet 3 arrival 16 right, and when ready, flight level 210, Qantas 1.
Velocity 224, pass over.
Velocity 224. Via the start descend to 4,000 from Belter, you cleared the ILS runway 16 approach. Report established.
Descend the start of 4,000 from Delta, clear the ILS, approach runway 16, report established, velocity 224.
Actually, velocity 224, you can get down to 3,000, sir.
Down to 3,000, velocity 224.
I made a mistake there. Normally, back in the day, if you're going in Arby, it was down to 4,000. They've changed it. And they went to... Now, if you're coming Arby, it's 3,000 from Belter. And if you're coming Lizzie arrival, it used to be, well, it's always 3,000, but when it was coming from Arby, it was 4,000. So they've changed that to 3,000. I always get caught out, so I should know by now. All station Melbourne Centre is closing down. Have chores to do, according to the boss. Until next time, see you all later, and thanks for being on the stream. Cheers. Okay, guys, that's it from me. Thanks for being on, and till next time, see you all later. Cheers.